Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and a number of other comedians decided to go to the Middle East and perform in Saudi Arabia. So let's go ahead and watch the video. The video is titled "Bill Burr Destroys His Reputation."
Beyonce and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs.
So this is Bill Burr speaking from a morning podcast in 2011.
For $1 million, did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you fucking believe that? How much?
In my opinion, I mean, Gaddafi, I don't know if we really made the right decision killing him. I'm kind of the mindset that we didn't, if you want me to be honest.
Fucking money do you need to make, you know? You're going to take a gig where you're going to go dance like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids?
Oh,
then you
no.
take that fucking France like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids? Then you take that fucking blood money and what he's done. You couldn't remember that he claimed he was behind the Pan Am bombings that killed fellow Americans? The fuck is wrong with you?
The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And, yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying, like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. So it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
All right, so
Here's my opinion on this. I don't have a problem with people like Kevin Hart going over there, and even Dave Chappelle going over there. But Bill Burr is so woke. He's always putting his opinion out there on all kinds of stuff. He's so judgmental. And then for him to go and do this, especially after criticizing it in the past, I think that's the real problem. Like, I don't fault somebody for going out and working in Saudi Arabia. Sure, it's a job. That's work. It's money. It is what it is. But the problem is that if you want to be seen as a person with principles that is, you know, especially like whenever you literally said and criticized people for doing this exact thing, but doing that, it's so hypocritical that I think that really nobody should take Bill Burr's opinions on things seriously anymore. I think he's a really funny guy. I've always really liked Bill Burr, but I wouldn't be taking his political opinions that seriously anymore. Okay? Like, I wouldn't. Not that I did to begin with, but there were certain things that I agreed with. So the clip was in 2011. He might have changed his mind on it. Well, I think he did. I mean, he obviously changed his mind on it. But the question isn't if he did. The question is why he did, right? I mean, it's obviously the conversation.
after years of Bill Burr trashing celebrities for taking blood money and railing against billionaires and ranting about wealth inequality, he decided to go to Saudi Arabia and accept money from the royal family, who are known for using modern slave labor, which he's being paid not to mention and help cover up. You know, when he got back, he only talked about how amazing Saudi Arabia was. So he went from saying billionaires need to be put down like rabid dogs.
See, you should have never said this. There's no reason you should have said that. He did? Yeah. No, he was like all pro Luigi and everything like that. He was.
To taking money from a trillionaire family that's known for human rights violations and modern slavery and will kill citizens that speak out against them. So I don't think it gets more hypocritical than that. But as we know, obviously money talks, and it turns out Bill will drop his morals and destroy his reputation and credibility for $1.5 million. And
that's it? Bro, kids get paid more money to go and play a Fortnite over there. They were going to pay Mizkif like $1 million. What the hell?
Now he's just getting cooked for it. People are so pissed at him.
That's it.
and everyone doing the festival. Like, this has become a pretty big controversy, but out of everyone, Bill was definitely the most shocking for people.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think anybody was
true.
that surprised to see Tom Segura and Andrew Schultz taking the gig.
Sure.
So Bill, he's taking the most shit for this. You know,
Well, that's because he's been the most outspoken and obnoxious with his politics recently. If he had just shut the fuck up, nobody would care. Nobody give a fuck about this. But it's the fact that he was going out there and saying all this shit, and then he turns around and does the exact opposite. Like, to me, like I've said many times, I would love to go to the Middle East, right? Like, I don't give a fuck about any like slavery, kill journalists. Like, I hope they don't kill me, right? I mean, but I'd still want to go, sure. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. But the difference is that, like, I'm not trying to fucking put some kind of like put myself on like a moral pedestal. I think people hate that, bro. Like, they hate that so much.
Because of how hard he's just trashing the ruling class not too long ago. Like, I don't know how you could go from saying billionaires need to be put down to taking money from the Saudi royal family unless...
I wonder if they're billionaires. It's actually a question, if they're billionaires or trillionaires.
In a year. And it's not like Bill's career was falling apart and he desperately needs the money. I mean, he's already loaded.
My new perspective is there's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth 900 million. Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling.
Tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money.
Yeah, he's right. That's the thing is, like, I mean, the problem is that, and this is the big issue with a lot of this like leftist politics stuff, is that I think that they've poisoned pilled leftist politics, and this happened as a result of the success of Occupy Wall Street, and I think also the Bernie Sanders movement, is that they've poison pilled leftist politics with leftist like values with identity politics and gender ideology and violent anti like rich people ideology, basically. And I think that they've done that intentionally in order to effectively make sure that they will continue to lose indefinitely. Because a lot of you guys, like, I mean, how many of you guys, like, if you just take in a vacuum, listen to what Bill just said, you agree with that. I agree with that. I think he's right. But the problem is that there are so many other identity issues and problem issues that it divides people, and they don't even think about these economic problems that are actually the most important things. And I think that it's been an intentional poison pill to the Democratic Party that's been done from the top down as a result of them almost losing their power structure with movements like Occupy Wall Street and Bernie Sanders' movement and presidential run in 2016. That's my actual opinion. I think that it is intentionally done. And because the Democrats used to be the party of the working people, I think that now the Democrats are overwhelmingly the party of the elites. The cultural and entertainment elites, along with a lot of companies that play footsie with them in order to hopefully get some of their voters and fans.
In this country,
that's what I think it's
and there's so much work being done, you know. And if you work a full fucking week, at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country. At least these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down. You know, like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with fucking greed.
This is one thing that I really don't like it whenever people like Bill Burr say stuff like this, because I think it's very naive. Anybody who is a revolutionary and that actually hates the ruling class, you're on their list too. Do you really think that all of these rich Hollywood performers aren't on the list of people that they want to kill? It's insane. It's like he's thinking that he's one of the good guys. You're a multi-millionaire. You're not one of the good guys. What are you talking about? You're closer to the billionaires than you are to the people that are trying to get rid of them.
just going out and just dividing everybody.
So I have a feeling we probably won't
famous,
hear him talk like that anymore.
I hope.
And if he does,
I bet he will.
everyone's just going to clown on him.
Yeah.
There's no way people will take him seriously. I mean, he's just shameless, and he must have thought
I do think this has, I do think it's definitely damaged his credibility in a big way. I don't think people will listen to him seriously anymore.
people wouldn't have really paid attention to the festival, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because this is such a bad look. And it was kind of under the radar until a few weeks ago when other comedians started calling them out. And then this clip of Shane Gillis went viral where he was talking about how he's turned down multiple offers. And now this story has gotten a ton of attention and everyone's commenting on it. And people are really disappointed in Bill Burr especially.
Everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like,
We saw this.
for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the
9/11?
9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
Now, there's a lot of drips, killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, oh, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator.
Incredibly lonely it can feel to look around and see people you used to admire and respect cave and show up in Saudi Arabia to take a check and
It's
abandon.
because most people's morality is not real, it's performative. I've been trying to say this for a long time, and whenever I say it, I get people mad at me because they feel like they're being called out themselves. But I think that the majority of people's morality is completely circumstantial. It's majority of the time self-serving. And it's also up for debate when it's inconvenient.
Even the most basic
And this is
principle.
with most, whenever I'm talking about like how many people this is like, I think it's like that for, I'm not even kidding you. This is what I really believe. 98% of people. Such a massive majority that it's overwhelming. Is that when push comes to shove, most people will choose comfort, personal interest, personal gain, and their own benefit over their morality if the difference is large enough. Only 98 is conservative? Yeah, I mean, I try to be a nice guy, right?
They always claim to hold.
So, yeah.
These people have failed to employ the most basic common sense and critical thinking, and others have decided to cynically accept money in exchange for whitewashing and BS. At the same time, these same people claim to be progressive here in the United States.
That's the problem that people have. That's the issue. It's not that you're doing it. It's that you're pretending to be a progressive while you're doing it.
I have to tell you, I really think that Bill Burr sort of fucked up here, bro. I really think he fucked up. This person said,
Kyle knows it.
hey, did you know that Bill Burr is going to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, the Riyadh Comedy Festival? And I said, that can't be true. No, that's not true.
To be fair, I didn't believe it either until I saw the image. I felt the same way.
No, that's not true. Come on. Turns out it is, y'all.
They've sold their soul. They've sold their ability to talk about shit. You're fucking hypocrites now.
True.
And everything you say is to be looked at through the lens of taking millions of dollars from slave owners.
And also, obviously, part of the deal for these free speech warrior comedians is they can't say anything bad about the Saudi family, culture, government, religion, and I'm sure a ton of other stuff. And even before they went there, they weren't allowed to criticize any of that on their own podcast in America. Like Tim Dillon originally accepted an offer, and he started ranting about how they use slave labor on his podcast, and that got him fired. So these comedians have to censor themselves and just...
Of course they do, right? That's obviously what happens. And it's like, yeah, they do that. I mean, there's other places in the world that do bad stuff like that, sure. The problem that I think a lot of these people have is that so many people are afraid of just simply accepting something that isn't good. People always have to feel like they're right about everything. Sometimes, like, I mean, I really respect people that go to Walmart and they steal things out of Walmart. And you ask them, why are you stealing things out of Walmart? And they say, because it's cheaper and it's free and I want them. I hate it whenever it's, oh, well, growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, and the society is this way, and, well, I wasn't treated the right way in 7th grade, and the price of it is right. Like, shut the fuck up. Just steal the fucking thing and go on with your life. Do we really have to play this game? Do we have to play this game where we have to clear your conscience from stealing things out of Walmart? Steal it and smile. You're not Robin Hood, you're Robin the Hood. Do it. But don't expect me to give you a pat on the back and saying it's okay. That's what's so annoying to me. I hate that. They try to justify, yes.
Say positive things about Saudi Arabia. They're basically Saudi shills now. Like, as soon as Chris DiStefano got there, they put a camera in his face and made him talk about how much he loves Saudi Arabia.
I'm loving this country so far. I've been here for about 10 hours. I've eaten...
No. You have to understand, though, is that I understand his perspective because a lot of these guys are probably from California, right? So, like, they're used to being on a full loot PvP server. And then they go to Saudi Arabia. There are no Nevrons in Saudi Arabia. There's no homeless people. There's no fence zombies. Everything's fucking fine. He's from New York? Oh, same thing. What do you think that's different? Same thing. And so, yeah, must be nice. Yeah, exactly. And so, no, it's not a big deal.
More food than you can imagine. I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. My first time ever, I've never even been to the Middle East. But when I'm here now, I literally am like, why did I never want to come here? I wish I would have come here 10 years ago. I want to hopefully, I'd like to start another family in the Middle East and not tell my family back home. I'd like to live 2 lives.
And this is obviously what the festival is mostly about, just them doing positive PR for Saudi Arabia. So these comedians will never live this shit down.
I mean, to be honest, though, right? You think about it, and you read the Old Testament, and Solomon and all these OGs had like 7 wives. I don't know what fucking simp back a few thousand years ago decided, oh, no. Oh, we don't want that anymore. Like, why? What the fuck was that? We got sold out, bro.
Like, every comedian that didn't do it is just going to be busting their balls about it. Especially
Solomon
the ones
had
that turned
1,000
down
wives?
offers,
That's a lot.
Which is going to be great. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Bill Burr needs to be roasted for this. Like, other than Chris, he might be shilling the most so far. It sounds like he really wants to do more gigs there. Like, he does not give a fuck. I mean, he's getting a ton of backlash. His fans are so disappointed. All his comments are negative, and people want to hear what he has to say about it. And he did address it on the most recent episode, but he just talked
23K views. Wow.
About how amazing it was and how it's the best thing he's ever done, which is exactly what the Saudis want. Like, this is why they're really paying him. And he obviously wants to keep doing gigs there and making $1.5 million a show.
That's good.
So, of course, he's going to go all out, shilling for the Saudis.
Of Saudi Arabia is what I've seen, like, on the news. I literally think I'm going to fucking land, you know, and everybody's going to be screaming, death to America! And they're going to have, like, fucking machetes and want to, like, chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world, right?
Why would you, by the way, why would you even think that? I mean, it's very obvious. Like, anybody who plays online video games knows that, like, that's not really what it's like over there. Like, it's bullshit. But why did you even say this?
And we're flying over it.
Who thinks that? I don't know. It's
nothing but, like, these long roads and sand. It's like nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into? And then we land, and everybody's just regular.
The helicopter doesn't pay for itself. Based AI.
Dressed different, but they're regular. Like people just shooting the shit. Hey, how you doing? You know, welcome. We're saying, hey, we know we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was going to be like really tense.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks? Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King? Next to a McDonald's? Next to a Pizza Hut? next to a Dunkin' Donuts, next to a
Not
Krispy
all
Kreme, next to a
billionaires.
Cheesecake Factory, next to a KFC, next to a Chili's. They got a fucking Chili's over here. Then we go into the mall because I want to get my kids something.
Yeah, but they probably don't have an Oscar Mayer wiener, though, huh? Maybe not.
There was a Timberland store.
Maybe
I could have
not
bought
Specs.
Timberlands like I was in Brooklyn, New York.
Mm-hmm. You have to
Then there's
wonder if he's bought this easily. How long will it take for him to become a Muslim? I don't know. I mean, like, honestly, do you think the Middle East has no fast food chains? Yeah. Like, I've seen photos of the Middle East. I've had friends that are from the Middle East. Like, it's different, but it's not like you're walking onto Arrakis from Dune. It's just so silly.
Advertisement for like boxing and fucking.
I hear they have sand. I've heard about that too. It turns out that actually, that one seems to actually be true.
One and MotoGP and golf and all of this stuff,
Yes.
and I was like, oh.
Modern slavery in Saudi Arabia. Estimated number of people living in modern slavery. 740,000 people. Okay. It's a good start.
And then it just struck me as funny. It's like, they're eating this shit too. They're going to have to get some bigger fucking clothes. They're going to end up looking like us.
Right.
So.
Not that much. Yes. Way more.
I go down to do the show, right?
I'm guessing Nia would have been all smiles here if Trump had offered Bill $20 million to do a show at the White House then. Oh, that's his wife. Oh, God.
They say, all right, the front two rows is going to be all diplomats.
Yeah.
In these padded seats.
Uh-huh.
And then up top, the royals are going to be there.
Ooh.
And I could just feel them, like, these fucking people, the people, okay, they
Yeah.
want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to other comics, you could feel it.
He's right about this. Like, a lot of the guys that are in Saudi Arabia, like if you're a 25-year-old guy in Saudi Arabia, you probably grew up on the internet. You probably want to watch Bill Burr. I mean, it's not like they're not part of the global online culture. Of course that's the case. Absolutely. Duh. Like, I mean, what's so weird to me about this is that it's the presupposition that they're this sort of like, it's like another world there. And I think, like, that's not true. And you're playing that card in order for you to position yourself as if you're the one who's been culturally enriched. But what it really is, in my opinion, is it's just patronizing, honestly, to those people there. Those are intelligent, educated people in a lot of cases. Primarily the men are. But they're not, like, stupid or anything like that. He's framing it, yeah. And it's so dishonest. It's so dishonest. It's patronizing, and I think it's disrespectful to the people in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. It's disrespectful to everyone. It's disrespectful to the people that live in the Middle East. It's disrespectful to his fans that thought that he was like some sort of like moral paragon. It's disrespectful to all of the Antifa fans that are like, I hate billionaires too, except when they give me money. It's like, it's actual racism. It's kind of. I mean, like, I don't know if I go that far, but yeah. He's right, let's be real. I can't believe they sell coffee here. Yeah, I can't believe they sell coffee here. It's like, it's the same, like, I remember it was kind of the same thing with, like, Hassan asking that one guy if they had KFC in Yemen. Of course they do. It's Yemen, not the moon. Of course they've got a fucking KFC. What the fuck do you think they're going to eat?
But they wanted you to push, right?
Of course.
It was really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage.
Planet Arabia.
And I start doing my shit, and they're fucking into it. Everything's going good. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff, and they're all fucking laughing. All right, so I'm going to push a little farther. And all of a sudden, I start getting in the zone.
Uh-huh.
This is really amazing. And it was just this great exchange of energy.
Don't 9/11 your friends.
Right? So.
Billy Blood Money. Oh, my God.
The Royals loved the show.
I bet
everyone
they did.
was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And, yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you,
this
just to
is why I think that it's always a short-term strategy that will fail in the end for people like Bill to have performative virtuous values. It's because eventually you will come up to something that will make you change your mind. And if you don't really hold this value, you don't really believe this, what's going to end up happening is that eventually you will trip, stumble, make a mistake because you're forgetting that you need to always be in character because you're living a lie. And that's why, like, I don't do any virtue signaling stuff or anything like that. Like, I say all kinds of crazy stuff. And honestly, if there's no TOS on Twitch, I'd say even more crazy stuff. But, I've got to maintain a degree. I've got to be a good boy to an extent. But yeah, it's all about money. Yeah, exactly, right? Howard Stern would do the same shit. A lot of people would. Reddit says you grift. I mean, you could say it's grifting by me following the terms of service, but I think that there's a lot of people that do that. The treasure trove of untold 9/11 jokes you have? I've told a lot of those.
Part of that was fucking amazing, and the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted you to like the people want. Like, they go online and they see it. And they want to like see real stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
so it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
And some of the comments on this podcast...
Is he talking about the experience or the money? I wonder.
Have almost as many likes as the podcast, which is a bad sign. And it has almost 80% dislikes. So he's just getting destroyed here. And like someone said in this podcast...
Didn't Pete Davidson go and his dad died in 9/11? You see, I would make a really bad joke there, but there's a terms of service for the website that I can't do that. This was a real bad one.
Bill tells us about how Saudi Arabia is not bad because they have
American
fast food. And would you take a gig in the U.S. where you're not allowed to make fun of Trump? And Bill hates billionaires, but only if they're not paying him. And all his comments on Instagram are the same. So I think a lot of people are done with him. I mean, his career will probably be fine. His career in Hollywood will be fine. But it sounds like a lot of the fans of his podcast and fans of what he's been saying the past year about billionaires and wealth inequality are probably done with him. But let me know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my Patreon.
Nah, this guy's fucking based. He's absolutely based. It's so clear what he's doing. He obviously didn't think Saudi Arabia was a nation of bloodthirsty thugs, but he pretends that was his misconception instead of the well-documented immorality of the Saudi regime. That way he can justify his change of position to himself. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, and by the way, I do think that, like, over time, cultural exchange will be a positive for all of the countries involved. I don't want America to be more like Saudi Arabia, and I don't expect Saudi Arabia to be more like America. But I think that there can be a mutual exchange of cultures and respect that can happen at the same time. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's very fair to say.
Posted another Duncan Trussell video because that dude has completely lost it. It's worse than I thought. I mean, he might be the worst at handling criticism. And same thing with Theo Vaughn. He crashed out recently and completely bombed at his Netflix taping. Yeah. And it was brutal. I mean, the Rogan sphere is completely falling apart now. And I've been covering all that over on my Patreon. There are over 150 exclusive videos. So if you want to stay up to date with everything and you enjoy the channel and want extra content, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.
Good for him.
It seems the military...
Oops, just give me 1 second. Before I go to that, let me just do this first. So I think Bill Burr made a fool out of himself, made an asshole out of himself, and I think that now nobody should take anything he says seriously because he doesn't actually give a fuck about it. And it's that simple. I hear your point, Zach, but you seriously need more streams where you travel out of where you are? Yeah, I agree. I'd like to do that. I think that'd be nice. I mean, I don't really have a lot of restrictions now, so I can do pretty much what I want. So I think we could maybe see something like that in the future. So, yeah, obviously.